Aya, erokamana inya min piny. Thank you so much. Wapamne min piny kodok. Asante sana. Your Excellency, I would now like to hand over the program as I invite another of our very own sons ambao tumekuwa na yeye hapa ndani ya ODM, tumetembea pamoja, our Prime Cabinet Secretary of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Musalia Mudavadi. Warua kuru jatelo.
Asante sana Governor Gladys Wanga. Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto, ndugu yetu mkubwa the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, Ward Mary, Mama Aida Odinga, viongozi wote, governors, wajumbe, waombolezaji. Ujumbe wangu wa kwanza, Mheshimiwa Rais, utaenda kwa familia na jamii ya Mama Phoebe Asiyo, wakiongozwa na rafiki yetu Asiyo. Kwa niaba yangu binafsi na kwa niaba ya mke wangu Tesi, natoa rambirambi za kiroho kabisa kwa familia yote kwa jumla ya Mama Phoebe Asiyo. Yangu yatakuwa machache sana kwa sababu nataka tupate nafasi tusikize viongozi wetu ambao wako hapa. Lakini nitaomba ruhusa niseme tu mawili, Mheshimiwa Rais. Kwanza, nataka nizungumze kuhusu broad-based government. Kabla sijamshukuru Mheshimiwa Raila kwa msimamo wake na wewe, nataka niseme hivi. The broad-based government is not about self-preservation of leaders. The broad-based government is about preservation of the state, preservation of the nation. It's about preserving peace. It's about preserving stability. It's about preserving equity. It's about preserving and creating stable institutions which shall be inherited by our children and our children's children. Tunasema hivyo kwa sababu watu wengi wanajaribu kutupa matope kwa uhusiano wa Mheshimiwa William Ruto na Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Mimi nataka niwaambie, hata wakijaribu, hawa viongozi wetu wawili wameonyesha kwamba taifa na usalama wa taifa unashinda tamaa yote nyingine ya ulimwengu. Kwa hivyo ningependa tu kusema kwamba sisi tunaungana kabisa kwa sababu tunataka Kenya inawiri. Tunataka Kenya iwe na amani. Tunataka uchumi wetu upanuke zaidi. Na ndio kwa sababu sisi tuko kwa huo msimamo wa kusema tunataka broad-based government na tunataka inclusivity katika taifa letu. Ukiona mtu anatembea kule, anauza ukabila mpaka hata wenyeji wake wanaanza kumwambia tumechoka, basi ujue sasa huyo jamaa siasa yake duni imeanza kufika ukingoni. Jambo langu la pili, Mheshimiwa Rais, ni kusema tu kwamba uamuzi ambao umeonekana kwa kidete chako leo kuteua mechanism ama kuunda jopo ambalo litasaidia kuangazia na kusaidia wale kwa bahati mbaya waliuawa ama walipoteza maisha yao katika harakati za kama ni maandamano kwa sababu ya mambo ya katiba. Ni vizuri sana jambo hili limetokea. Na Mheshimiwa Rais, ningependa kusisitiza kwamba Kenya wakati huu muhula wa 2025 hadi 2027, Kenya is a member of the Human Rights Council of the United Nations. We have a seat there. Kwa hivyo msimamo ambao umechukua na uamuzi na tekelezo ambalo limetendeka ni la muhimu sana, kwa sababu hakuna mtu yeyote angependa kuona damu ikimwagika. It's a very courageous decision, but it is also the right decision, and we hope and trust that tukienda mbele, this will not be a recurrent process in our republic. We want to move forward in unison. La mwisho, nataka tu nimuunge Anyang' Nyong'o kwamba tuchunge wakina mama wetu wasiuawe kiholela holela, wasidhulumiwe, wasiaibishwe, wasiwekwe kwa mtandao kwa njia ambayo sio ya heshima. Tunataka heshima ya mama wetu ilindwe na ijengwe. Hapo ndio taifa kubwa la maana litaepuka. Mheshimiwa Rais, mimi nilikuwa na nafasi kuwa kwa bunge pamoja na Mama Phoebe Asiyo. We were toddlers kwa siasa. And Mama Phoebe Asiyo, and then there was Mama Grace Ogot. These were very a dynamic duo in Parliament. Very constructive in their debate, and also very humorous when it came to time to be humorous, and very compassionate and very focused. So today, may Mama Phoebe's soul rest in eternal peace. Sasa ni nafasi yangu ya kiheshima kumwalika mtoto wa hapa Ward Mary, kwa sababu nimesikia Gladys Wanga akisema mambo ya ODM. Ni kweli, nimeona hapa kuna watatu ambao walikuwa kwa Pentagon kwa ODM, na yule alikuwa kiongozi wetu kwa hiyo Pentagon ni Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Sasa nataka tuchukue fursa hii tumsimamishe Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga aje hapa mbele atuzungumzie, alafu yeye ndio ataalika Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Asante.
Haya. Juthurwa. Wabiro kawuono gikuyo Marco Phoebe Nyagoro. Wabiro yewimo atung piny biro kae kawuono. Adwa wacho gi dhok moro mokwongo kabiro wacho gi dhowa. We have come here today to mourn a great Kenyan lady, a matriarch in all sense of the word. Phoebe's life is an exemplification of humanism. She ranks among some of the greatest women in the world. So we have come today to celebrate her life, not to mourn. Because at 92, Phoebe has seen it all. She rose from childhood at the time when there's a lot of discrimination against women, and managed against all the odds at that time to secure education up to a high level and becoming a teacher. One of those she taught there in central Kenya was a member of parliament with us, Matere Keriri. Matere Keriri used to tell us how Phoebe used to teach them how to dress properly in those years. She then became the first African woman to become a leader of maendeleo ya wanawake against white women. And when independence came, she was working with the prison department. Jaramogi, as Minister for Home Affairs, was in charge of prisons, made her a superintendent of prisons, became a senior superintendent of prisons. And in that capacity, she helped to develop the Langata Women Prison to create conditions of humanity in the prisons there. And then she worked with children after that. She worked with children and promoted the development of children, orphans, children which were disabled, and so on. That is another contribution that Phoebe made. And then she became a politician. And as you have been told, if you go into the Hansard, you will see Phoebe's contribution in Parliament. When she stood to talk in Parliament about women's rights, you would sit down and just listen and cheer her. She was very passionate about women's rights. She elevated women's issues to the national level, and she was fearless. Phoebe was also compassionate. Oburu has told you the relationship between us, our family, and the family of Phoebe. Jaramogi and Phoebe's father, the late Pastor Joel Omer, were the founders of Luo Union East Africa. Jaramogi became the first Kir. Joel Omer became the deputy Kir. Late Mr. Adalo Tuko became the Secretary General of Luo Union. And it is through Mr. Joel Omer that Oburu came to study this other side of Nyanza. We used to meet Phoebe in those years when she was young. And therefore, Phoebe is like my elder sister. Here, this family, all her other brothers, some of them late, most of them late, and sisters. We are family with the Omers. But Phoebe has also several connections here. Her grandmother came from another clan of Karachuonyo. She herself lived in another clan of Krachonyo. Then she's married to another clan of Krachonyo. That's why when she decided to come into politics, she was unbeatable in Krachonyo. She stood against Okikamayo and won. Amayo appealed, and there was a by-election here in Karachuonyo. We came to Karachuonyo here with Orengo Jimmy here. Kajiwat Gadongo. Asoko Jaka John. Here, Phoebe's symbol was the house. And that by-election was contested. It was a serious by-election because the entire government machinery was supporting Okikamayo. But we came here, descended this place like bees. And we had a Soka Jaka John with his kinanda. Odds. Yokarachuonyo. Odds. Nyagoro. Odds. Kende mwago ni ombulu. Phoebe wacho. Odds. Asiyo wacho. Odds. Okachi wacho. Odds. Karachuonyo wacho. Odds. Odds. Kende mwago ni ombulu. She was re-elected resoundingly. And after this momentum that we had gathered here in Karachuonyo, we descended into Ugenya. There was another by-election in Ugenya. And that by-election again, we put Orengo Simba. And Simba also won against another minister, Matthew Sugutu. Then we moved up to central Kenya at that time. We had created a wave at that time, which was very powerful. Phoebe did not let us down when she went to Parliament. She went to Parliament and continued to fight for the rights of Kenyans that we had all been talking about. Later on, we would join with Phoebe in 1992 in Ford, Kenya. And she became a member of Parliament for Karachuonyo once again. And we were there together up to 1997. Jaramogi died when we were together with Phoebe. And Phoebe was one of the people who actually held my hand at that time and asked me to forget what had happened and to move on. She was one of the people who consoled me at that very difficult time. So that's why I'm so happy today that the government of President Ruto has accepted to give Phoebe this kind of burial that she richly deserves. As a hero. As a hero. And Mr. President, I want you to follow it up by dedicating a monument in Nairobi in honor of Madam Phoebe Asiyo. Nyagoro. Because Phoebe deserves it. Phoebe has done what many people have not been able to do. And that's why we are all here today. I want to say now, we are here as Kenyans today. We know where we are coming from. We were in a very serious situation sometime last year. Everybody knows where we were. There was a possibility of Kenya degenerating into a failed state like Somalia, like Sudan today. People who do not understand history talk very easily. But ask them, tell them, what happened in Libya? What happened in Egypt after the Arab Spring? What happened? Why was it a risk where a crowd not able to move in and take the government and form a government? Where do you have a military regime in Egypt today after the Arab Spring? Even Tunisia. People do not really understand. That is why they make it very simple. And it's very easy for them to write articles in newspapers. I read them and I just laugh. They tried to trivialize what was a very serious situation. What we have today is basically something that we were forced into because of the circumstances that were existing at that time. I want to invite somebody to tell me their own solution, how this would have been solved. We sacrificed so that there could be peace in this country. And that's the reason why we are here today. I do not regret what we did. We did it in the best interest of our country. And Kenya must move forward. But we have continued to say that we need to improve our governance structure. Issues of human rights must be respected. We must ensure that people live well. We must ensure that our people have food, that our people have shelter, that our people have work, that our people, when they are sick, they can be treated, that our children will go to school. This is very, very important to us. This is very important indeed. And that the cost of living need to be brought down. And that it must be rule of law. That the security forces are there to protect the people. The police are servants of the people, not masters. The police need to be civil to the population. If you have committed an offense, arrest me. Take me to prison, take me to court, and let the court find me guilty and imprison me. But do not use your own weapon to assassinate me. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot to kill. Don't shoot to kill. Don't shoot to maim. Arrest and charge in a court of law. That's what is called rule of law. And we have sat together and reviewed the MOU that we signed last year, this year. And we have now put together a framework to ensure that the MOU is implemented to the letter. This is going to happen. Those who have been maimed, those who have been injured, those who have been in hospital, and those who have died, the families of those who have died will be compensated. And we said we go back to just not 2024, 2023, 22, we go back to 2017. From 2017 up to today, all those people who have been maimed, have been killed, and so on, the families are going to be compensated. And we have got to put in place a framework for that to happen. Secondly, we have also a structure of how to ensure that the MOU itself is implemented to the full. And that's why next week we are going to have a joint parliamentary group meeting to ensure that our members of parliament implement what we need, put up structures in place so that we can be able to implement what we've agreed on. This is going to happen. So I just want to say, the naysayers, give us space, give us room, and judge us in 2027. And we've said this is going to remain in place up to 2027. After that, we will see where we go to. Even if you are saying one term, so what? It's the Kenyans who will decide the term. And we will see where we want to go. I am confident when that time comes, we will face Kenyans squarely and tell Kenyans, this is why we did ABCD, this is where we want to go. Utasema yako, tutasema yetu. Tuone Wakenya watamini nani. So hivyo mimi sina wasiwasi. Piga kelele. Piga kelele namna hiyo. Bweka tu. Kongo hiyo ni kama hiyo ngurumo ya chura. Ngurumo ya chura haizui ng'ombe kunywa maji. Ng'ombe itakunywa maji. We will be able to move beyond 2027. I'm confident we will move beyond 2027. Nobody should try to threaten us. We are Kenyans like you are Kenyans. Don't go and say that Kenyans is sexualized. Sisi ni watu wa bahari. Sisi ni watu wa ziwa, kanda ya ziwa Victoria. Sisi ni watu wa bonde la ufa. Sisi ni watu wa milima. Sisi ni wa Kenya. All and every Kenyan matters. It's not a question of blood relationship. Oh, you're our cousins. You're our cousins. You're our cousins. So those are your cousins. Those who are not your cousins, what are they? Are they not Kenyans? Are they not Kenyans? Don't tell us also that the government has got shareholders. Watu wengine wako na share mingi, wengine wana kidogo, wengine hawana shares. Then why are you collecting taxes from those who don't have shares? Why do you tax them? You collect shares, money from them, and you say they don't deserve services because they did not vote for you. Shame on you. Shame on you. We want to live in a civilized society, in a civilized manner, in a humane manner. We want Kenyans to be proud as Kenyans. Kenya is a great country. Kenya is a great country. Kenya can transition to a first world. There's no reason why Kenya cannot move the way Kenyans equivalents have done. We can do it when we create enabling environment for Kenyans to thrive. Kenyans can excel. I've seen Kenyans excel elsewhere. I've seen countries much poorer than Kenya transition and become first world. Korea is one. Vietnam was bombarded by Americans for many years. Nobody believed that people remaining in Vietnam. Today, Vietnam's economy is up there. Energy consumption in Vietnam today is 70,000 megawatts. Kenya is only 3,500. We'll go that route. There are many things that can be done here. When we sit down and plan properly, Kenya will be able to take off. Mr. President, we had Vision 2030. It's not been followed very well. As we now want to work with you, we want to ensure that we bring Vision 2030 back on the table. We also revive the NESC, National Economic and Social Council, so that all those flagship projects that we coined during that time can be revived and make sure that they're all moving together, going in the right direction. This will help us as a country. So I'm saying this as just a Kenyan patriot who is thinking about Kenya. Kenya number one, Kenya number two, Kenya number three. This is where we are. At this juncture now, I also want to congratulate Harambee Stars for making us proud twice. Making us proud. Harambee Stars are showing what other Kenyans do not know exists. And this is the spirit that we want to continue to hail. So, Yathurwa, wako Nyagoro, Gimor. Nyagoro tiyo matek. Nyagoro tiyo matek ahinya. Omiyo nyaka koe gi sironyo. Otiyo matek kata kineno nyithindegi, ineno sisaka, ineno nyigegi duto te yawuotegi. Chona kageki. Oting'o malo. Dala kaka Asiyo. Nechalo dalawa ka. Obiro kaeri, seje duto te ka Aduong' Asiyo ne nitie kod gi Phoebe Nyagoro. Aduong' Asiyo ne en ochung' motegno, osiro Phoebe go gitoke. Emomiyo kata yuma dichuo ka chiegni malo kucha, wek bedo gi nyiego. Dhire konye. Yawuoyi mako ni dhako ni malo kuja ni on dhako loya. Changange ni kuja mako bekelo ni fitina ni chigi chako ni kibuzu na kama macha. Mi dhako thuolo. Moni nyalo. Okumoni nyalo. Okumoni nyalo. Ithuolo uye kamano. Uye kamano. I want to finish here by remembering some of the heroes of this community here. There was the late Paul Mboya, Alwali Nyakongo, a great patriarch of the Luo community, from this community here. There was Ojijo Teko. Ojijo Teko was one of the freedom fighters, those who started Pinyawacho, and was arrested by the colonialists and was taken to Kismayu in now the present-day Somali. Nyako mane utegno. Eniend kucha kama chiegni go Jijuno Teko. Go Paul Mboya, Alwali Nyakongo. Go chok. Kodo kiki mani kilugo. Nyasaye mondo uketi chunyi kama beri puro malo. Erokamano. Now let me take the opportunity to invite ndugu Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, President William Samoei Ruto.
Asante sana. Jodorua untie. Jodorua umor. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu nione kwa mikono. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Asante sana. Mheshimiwa Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, mama wetu Aida Odinga, waheshimiwa viongozi wengine wote na wananchi wa hapa Karachuonyo na Homa Bay. Kwanza mimi naleta rambirambi zangu na familia yangu kwa familia ya mama wetu shujaa kiongozi Phoebe Asiyo. Nasema poleni sana kwa sababu huyu kiongozi leo ametuacha, lakini pia tumekuja kusherehekea maisha yake, maisha ambayo imechangia sehemu kubwa katika uongozi wa kina mama katika taifa letu la Kenya na uongozi kwa ujumla katika taifa letu la Kenya. Na leta vile vile rambirambi kutoka serikali ya Kenya kwa familia hii, kwa viongozi wa Karachuonyo, watu wa Homa Bay, tukisema poleni sana na tutasimama pamoja na nyinyi. Huyu mama shujaa leo tunampatia heshima ya kitaifa kama shujaa wa Kenya kwa hii state ceremony, na sio kwa sababu niliulizwa, ni kwa sababu mama Asiyo has earned her place as a national hero and a national leader. We remember very well that Mama Asiyo became the first Kenyan leader of maendeleo ya wanawake. Today, we have a legacy of women leadership in Kenya. Today, here in Homa Bay, we can see what her mentorship, what her leadership, what her influence has brought in women leadership, not just in Homa Bay, but also in the Republic of Kenya. And therefore, she deserves her place as a national hero. And I agree with the Prime Minister that she deserves her name to be put in a prominent place in the annals of history and in a place of pride, both here in Homa Bay and in Nairobi as well. Tutaanza na hapa Homa Bay. Nimeulizwa ya kwamba shule hii ambayo inaitwa Wikondiek. Nimeulizwa na mbunge wenu ya kwamba hii shule ambayo inaitwa Wikondiek ibadilishwe iitwe Mama Asiyo Secondary School. Na nimekubali ya kwamba hiwe hivyo. Because this great Kenyan lady deserves her rightful place as a national hero, beginning from here at home in Homa Bay. Ile ingine tutafuatilia na kule Nairobi. Ndugu zangu wananchi wa Homa Bay, Mheshimiwa Raila, Mheshimiwa Baba ameongea hapa as a patriot, as a Kenyan committed to the progress and success of Kenya. I was also almost tempted to say that I have nothing useful to add. He has said it all, and he has put it well. Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, your place in the history, in the progress, in the governance, in the destiny of our nation is firmly engraved. Your contribution, your sacrifice, your mentorship of many leaders is something of pride to those of us who have worked under you in our earlier political journey. And I want to say, listening to you today, I am persuaded that this nation, and I associate and I agree with your commitment and your conviction that Kenya is a great country, because it is a great country. It is only that some do not understand the potential and the greatness of this nation. Because of your commitment to this country, today you have assisted me to put together the broad-based government, a government that brings all communities, all regions, all parts of Kenya in an inclusive manner into one administration that does not look, that does not seek to preserve any leader, but to preserve the destiny and the place and the stability of the Republic of Kenya. And I want to say this in this very solemn occasion, that because of the coming together under this broad-based government, because of the Honorable Raila Odinga working with me to put together this broad-based government, Kenya has a date with destiny. Kenya has a historic opportunity to change the place of Kenya and to elevate this country to the next level. To unite this nation beyond community, tribe, region, or religion. And to forge that unity so that we can transform our economy, make it inclusive, deal with the challenge of unemployment, create wealth to get rid of poverty, transform our agriculture so that we can eliminate the shame of hunger, create products for exports, and expand our progress and our prosperity. Transform this nation in a very meaningful way. And I want to say that today, as has been said by Baba, we are committed to taking this country to the next level. And it is the reason why we signed the 10-point agenda. And I want to commit that as the head of the executive, that 10-point agenda will be implemented to the letter. The journey towards the implementation of that agenda began. And that is why, because we were very clear about the place of devolution, we not only have paid all the monies that were due by the end of the last financial year, we are also committed that even without the necessary legislation, on Monday, Treasury is going to release the resources for our counties for the month of July. We have also set in motion the discussions on how to enhance allocations to our counties, as we demonstrated in the last budget, where we added an extra 30 billion shillings to our counties. And that is the trajectory that we have agreed upon. As has been said here, we have also put together a 5-member committee to make sure that our administration will implement not just the 10-point agenda, but all the other agreements that we have agreed so that we can transform this nation. Let me also say that as part of the implementation of the 10-point agenda, today I set up the infrastructure and the mechanism to pay and compensate all those who lost their lives, those who were injured, those who were hospitalized, as part of healing our nation so that we can bring our nation together and forge and focus our ideas, our energy, and our focus in taking the country into the future. Let me also say that as part of this momentum, Baba and I have agreed that we will also make sure that the agreements we have signed under the 10-point agenda and all the other commitments that we have made on devolution, on implementing NADCO, on implementing all the other programs, will be undertaken past the necessary county, and this region requires affirmative action. because for a very long time, this region has not benefited from the resources and the development of our country as other regions have. It is the reason why we have enhanced the budget, for example, for roads from about 500 million last year to 3.2 billion shillings this year, and another 2 billion shillings will be allocated in the short term, so that we can bring back all the contractors for all the roads that had stalled. I want to commit to you that all the contractors are back. Those which are not back, they will be back. We now have the resources to make sure that we complete the roads that we made our commitment upon in this region. Not just those which are ongoing, but we have also committed to build 5 new roads. We have committed to build 5 new roads in Homa Bay County as part of the process of affirmative action. Huyo mama angoje tu nitamuona baadaye. Relax hapo. As part of making sure that we build the necessary infrastructure to underwrite and to form a foundation for the progress and the development of this county and our country, Kenya. This tall man, Mheshimiwa Adipo, has mentioned some of the roads that we already agreed. I want to tell the people of Karachuonyo, ile barabara mulituambia na huyu bwana Odipo ama Adipo, huyu mtu mrefu, barabara ya Namba Karabuok Adiedo. Hiyo barabara contractor yuko hapo na hawezi kutoka mpaka akamilishe hiyo barabara. Vile vile barabara ya Kadel Kanyatiang, hiyo ambayo inaenda mpaka Ramba, inaenda mpaka Gotrateng. Hiyo barabara karibu kilomita 70, contractor amerudi, hawezi kuondoka mpaka akamilishe hiyo barabara. Na zile barabara zingine ambazo nimesema tumeongeza pesa ya kuzitengeneza, kwa sababu mambo ya ujenzi wa barabara katika hii sehemu ilichelewa. Vile vile najua ya kwamba watu wengi katika sehemu hii hawajapata stima, na ndio sababu tumeprovide pesa shilingi bilioni 2 kuunganisha stima kwa wananchi ama manyumba ama households 20,000. Kazi ambayo inaendelea kutoka sasa mpaka Disemba, tutakuwa tumeunganisha nyumba 20,000 hapa Homa Bay, as part of bringing every part of the country together so that we can move together as a nation. Mimi nataka niwashukuru watu wa Homa Bay katika program yetu ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba kila mwananchi anapata matibabu. Watu wa Homa Bay mumejisajili, nyinyi ni county namba 13 kwa Kenya mzima kwa kujiandikisha kwa mpango wa SHA. Mimi nasema pongezi Governor Wanga, pongezi government ya hapa Homa Bay, pongezi watu wa Homa Bay. Endeleeni hivyo, na tunataka kila mwananchi ajisajili, ndio tuhakikishe ya kwamba mambo ya afya sio starehe ya watu matajiri ama watu wanaoweza, ni haki ya kila Mkenya bila ya kujali uwezo wao wa kifedha. 533,000 people in Homa Bay are now registered in SHA. And as I said yesterday, and I want to repeat it here when I'm in Homa Bay, mwananchi aende hospitali pale level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, outpatient, atibiwe, apatiwe dawa na asiulizwe pesa yoyote, aende nyumbani, kwa sababu serikali ya Kenya tumeweka pesa ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba matibabu ya wananchi iko sawa sawa. Ndugu wananchi wa Homa Bay, mbele yetu hapa amelala kiongozi mama, shujaa wa taifa letu la Kenya. We are sending her today in a state funeral because she made a contribution to the Republic of Kenya. And as we do that, let me also say that on the issues that the Honorable Adipo mentioned, amesema ya kwamba mnahitaji madarasa katika shule yetu hapa, na shule hiyo inahitaji basi. Kwa heshima ya mama huyu, mimi nitahakikisha kwamba madarasa haya yamejengwa na basi hiyo imeletwa kwa shule yenu hapa. And finally, in honor of Mama Phoebe Asiyo and women leaders in Kenya, wakiwemo kina mama wetu wote wa maendeleo ya wanawake, Baba and I have committed that under the NADCO framework, we must and we will actualize the 2/3 gender rule this time round. Kwa hivyo, wana Homa Bay, mimi nataka niseme asante sana kwa kutukaribisha hapa. Asante sana kwa heshima yenu na ushirika wenu. Mjue tunawapenda, tunawatakia heri, na Mungu awabariki siku zote. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Tumpongeze rais kwa makofi tafadhali. Asante sana.